is it? But good afternoon, and welcome to Motivated to the Max. I am your host. I'm the one who hits the button to say, let's get motivated. Daratis, they're here in the building. And so, before we get started, we have to go over a few rules, all right? Rule number 1, you got to come in here hot, honest, open, and transparent, all right? Rule number 2, man, you got to come in here like lit. All right, and when I say lit, the acronyms for what I use for lit is living in thankfulness. All right, is living in thankfulness. And then rule number 3, rule number 3 is easy. This is like the easiest rule. If you can't do rule number 1 and rule number 2, trust me, rule number 3 was going to help you going to be able to do the first 2 rules. Be yourself. Look, I'm telling you guys, be yourself. That's easy. It's simply easy. Everything, be yourself. Now, be sure that you do good talking, especially I'm listening while the kid. I'm going to do good talking, honey. I promise you I am. I'm going to do some good talking. Also, before we get started and everything, I have to do the 10-second count off from where there is anything that is holding you back, stopping you from doing the things of what God has for you to do. Man, this is that moment to, get the ickiness out of you right now so that we can cast that thing in the sea of forgiveness, because we don't want that thing to come back. And then after that, have your breather and then start over and then go ahead and start it up again. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, I like to just cast that thing on out there. Like if I would have had like a bow, what I'm saying? Like my bow and arrow, I just shoot it on out there. And then, hey, it'll never come back here again. And so after you done cast out all that negative vibes and stuff in your body, then like this the time for you to rebuild with positive vibe, some great, for you to be great and everything. Then guess what? Take your breather. But check this out. I'm not gonna be before you guys long today. And then I had I'm coming in home 12 o'clock and everything. And so remember on the last episode that I did from where that I was telling you that I was juggling how the way I wanted to do the times and everything like that. And so this is like one of the new time slots on what I wanted to do. On Wednesdays, it's going to Motivate to the Max is going to come at you guys at noon. Like the noonday motivate on Wednesdays. All right. So around like that 12 o'clock or so, at the 12, at that afternoon time, that's when Motivated to the Max is going to be able to come in with you guys. Monday morning is still going to be like that 9, between like that 9:15, and then Friday is still going to be that, still going to be like that 9 in the morning. Tuesdays and Thursdays is going to be strictly podcast. A podcast, you guys lucked out. Tuesdays and Thursdays is all you time. Is always going to be your guys' times. But then guess what? You always have a way to be able to jump in, going on the podcast. Look, share it, love it. You know how we do it. And then that goes to my Twitch family and also my YouTube family as well. So look, check this out. I was sitting here, and thank you all for bearing with me. I had some issues on Monday, and then like the whole software thing and everything like that. Yes, that was a new schedule. Yeah, that's the new schedule. That was the thing I was working on. But I was having some little issues and everything, and then thank God I was able to find out on like some of the issues on like what was going on and everything. So glory be to God, I was able to get, work out them issues, get it taken care of and everything like that. So now we should be up and rolling and ready to roll again with no hiccups, but look, everybody know there's always going to be like a little hiccup every now and then that's going to try to stop you from doing the things for what God needs for you to do. But then guess what? This is that time for you guys from where it's like, you can't stop. All right. I want you guys to really hear me on this thing. You guys cannot stop. Okay? Don't look. I know I done had like some small hiccups. Look, this is most likely I'm gonna be talking about myself on today. I know I done had like some small issues, some small stuff that done came in to try to like stop me, just trying to tell me like, look, I don't need to be doing this anymore. Look, okay, I'm being out, like we're saying, we're keeping it honest, open, and transparent. I've been dealing with myself on should I do this or should I not do this, or should I just let everything go, or shouldn't even like focus on any of these things whatsoever. I was stuck in between, like, I was stuck in, how you be like in tug of war sometimes, from where it's like you're getting pulled one side, no, we got to keep going, and also you're getting pulled like, yo, this come on out of that thing. That was me. I was in like a tug of war. I was having my moments where like, man, should I continue to do this, or should I stop doing this? Or it's like, does anybody even care that I'm doing this or not doing this? I mean, that's like the headspace where I was in. I'm not going to front with you guys. That's the headspace where I was in for a while. But then, I'm gonna be honest with you, a couple of things would really like jolt me up to be like, you know what, I can't do this. One, Life Worship, Matt's Life. I appreciate y'all. Definitely from what happened on last night. You wasn't there. Hey, I'm sorry. But then also too, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and from where that he actually, I'm gonna tell you, like, what really like got me up to be like, you know what, I need to keep on going. From whenever he actually called me and asked me for help, and that was my friend Alvin. He called, he messaged me. He said, hey, when you get a chance, can you call, can you give me a call? And I'm saying that, sure, no problem. So, I got his message, I called him and everything like that. And so, like, we was discussing, the things from what we were discussing, it was like, I'm gonna be honest, I actually felt honored that he actually thought of me, and he was like, you know what, let me call my friend Daryl, because he is doing some of the things from what he was trying to do and everything. So let me call him up, and then me and him, we can talk and everything like that. And so like we was talking and everything. So I was helping him some of the things on what he needed help on, get him in that right direction and everything like that, from where he can get started on doing on what he was trying to do and everything like that. And then all of a sudden it was like, bam, I had that fire back. And it wasn't just the fact, hey, he called me, or well, like that. It was just that fact from where that I was able to help a friend whenever that he called, whenever that my friend called. And how many of you guys know sometimes it's from where I really had to like look at on the reason on why I was doing Motivated to the Max. I wasn't doing, and I had to like, look, and sometimes, man, okay, thank you, Lord. Look, sometimes it's okay to go back to basic. It's okay to go back to the starting point. Because sometimes we may have got out of the point from why we're doing certain things on what we're doing. Just like with prime example, because my wife is listening, while the kids are laying down to rest and everything like that. The things on what my wife is doing, the things on what my wife is doing right now, from where she actually is having like the major focus on why that she is doing on what she doing. Okay, like prime example, Lashay Beauty and Cosmetics, and then also that's one of the sponsors of Motivated to the Max is Lashay Beauty and Cosmetics. It's from where she took something that she enjoyed to do, and then she got more deeper on what she loves to do, from where if this makes me feel this way on when I do it to myself, like just imagine I hide a way that by me doing this, like to help other people to get to that point for where they actually feel beautiful, and then they don't have to do all this super ultra mega stuff and everything. Just like the simplest thing hey, if I can look beautiful, you can look beautiful mentality. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like now And so it's like now, like she has that moment from where it's like, well, you know what? Well, we're gonna get this thing. I'm trying. I'm gonna get this thing done right here. I'm going this thing right here, and then then shout out to my wife and everything. Like she only has like 49 hours or less than I know it's like less than 50 hours or so that she has left before she graduate from cosmetology and everything, for doing, for being an esthetician and everything. And so like she kept on focused on the prize. And the prize that she kept focused on is to be able to beautify people's day. I know that's not the exact logo. She does it better. I'm there for the ride. I'm there just to help push. And then it's like vice versa, just like she's there to help push me. And so now we're looking at the point from where whenever that you really start to see like the bigger picture of things. But then, like, you won't be able to see the bigger picture. You won't be able to see, like, the bigger picture of what you're trying to do when you actually take self out of it. You're not, like, whenever that... some of us do the thing, like, let's go ahead and keep this thing real. Some people trying to do the thing, because they're trying to get the numbers. They're trying to get the ratings. They're trying to get to the point for where, where everybody, everybody likes my show or everybody likes what I do right here. Whenever that you can get, like, this fame or Facebook fame or... YouTube, Twitter, whatever fame, podcast fame, or whatever like that. They just do it just to get that fame. But when you actually take self out of it, and then you really put the real reason on why you're doing what you're doing. Let me tell you, from whenever I took Dara out of it, and I'm being 100% honest with you guys, when I took me out of it, and I said, you know what? The reason why I'm really doing this is because, and I'm gonna be honest, when I was young, I didn't have nobody to help motivate me to get to where I need to get to. It was like, I had my mom, I had family and everything like that. But what about them times whenever that people are not, whenever their family and stuff is not around to help push you to where you need to go? Or from where you're at a place from where that you're like, you're just sitting like, you're like, man, it's like, I don't know like what to do. Like, how should I go about this and everything like that? Yo, that's like really what Motivated to the Max is all about. To help motivate people to do on what they need to do for the kingdom of God. And look at my wife's logo right there. Beautiful. Look, that's what she says. But then in that same token, like, for where, like, and then, like, and I have conversation with my wife, because, also my wife is an educator. And, and then shout out to all the teachers and stuff that's in, that's in her building and stuff right now. Shout out to all of them as well. But, whenever I hear a conversation for where, they done had the type of day, being an educator, sometimes some of them like want to quit and everything like that. But I always hear when we have the conversation, but you know what? I'm going to continue to keep on going because this is what I love to do, because like them babies need help out there, and I don't want them babies to be struggling without the help that I was able to get whenever I was their age. So like they're doing it to be able to help the babies, to be able to help the young children that are there and everything like that. There's so many reasons on why we all do on what we do. And so then now, in the same token, I know I had to take mine to a whole nother step further. So, while I'm trying to, I want to be there to help motivate people and everything like that. Yo, I'm here today because, like, I'm here to help, I want to be here to help motivate people because you know what? Because you know what? God does it for me. God sent people my way to help push me to get to where I need to get to. And so really, I give honor today for thanking God for pushing me, for sending the right ones to motivate me, to push me, to be able to do on what I'm doing right now. Bet facts. I have moments when I'm going to be like, ugh. I don't want to do this. Like, ugh. Or, like you trying to deal life with the little hiccups and stuff that may come up and everything like that. But then, like, guess what, though? Whenever God has shown me for some of the things for why I need to try to fix, or whenever I have my issues and everything like that, man, don't you know, man, God has sent me the right people for who I needed to talk to from where I can fix the little hiccups that was going on with my system. So then it was like, oh, that's all I gotta do? Then, bet. I done got it fixed. I done did this. I had to upload, I had to redo this right here. I actually had to upload some things right here. And then then actually find out some of the software stuff that I had, it was outdated. And so they was like, look, so then they're like, yo, like, did you do the upgrade? Did you actually upgrade it? So then when you do the upgrade, and then you shouldn't have this problem anymore. So then guess what? I had to do the upgrade. And so I was like, wow, okay, cool, bet. You know what I'm saying? And so so we look at this stuff here today from where it's like, yo, and this is kind of like a ask yourself a question type moment. What's the real reason on why you doing what you do? And it's okay to be honest. I mean, it really is. It's no judgment on here whatsoever. Some people might be doing because I know I get, they know they make more money. I mean, let's go ahead and just be honest. Some people might be doing something right here because of the benefits or whatever like that. I mean, let's go ahead and be honest, open and transparent. But I know, for me, for doing this right here, for Motivated to the Max and everything, just like how the way this show has started off way, a few years back and everything like that. And this all started up for whenever that me and my wife was working at a nutrition shop. We were making we were making shakes and teas and everything. We were making, and then everybody was coming in. Then we'll laugh, we'll talk, we have music playing and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, something would just pop up, and then all of a sudden we were doing thought of the day or anything like that. And that's really how the way Motivated to the Max and kicking it with Team Tips that even start up. Well, I know when Motivated to the Max, something came up, we was at family, me and my wife was at Family Dollar. I'm keeping this thing real and honest right here. We was at Family Dollar, and then something literally just popped up in my head, and I was like, you know what? And God had just really just had something just downloaded in my brain, and I said, man, you know what? And then so I was like, and all of a sudden, me and my wife were in the car, and I said, honey, you know what? I gotta get home. And then she said, wow, what's going on? And we were close by the house anyway. Glory to God, we were close by home. And so I was like, something just dropped, something just dropped in my spirit and everything. So look, I need to go live with this thing right here. I don't even know why. And then not only at that point in time, I was never the type of person who always wanted to go live. I was just like, I can be in the background. I'm good. I'm just going to stay right here. You go ahead and do that. And I'll be like, rah, 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 all in the background, hype you up and everything like that. But then sometimes it was at a moment right there from where I don't have to look. Oh, okay, God, man, it's gonna be moments from where you cannot be in the background and be the hype man. Sometimes you got to stand on the front line and to be able to do on what you do. So there's gonna be moments from where I can't be on the background and everything. I said, I'm okay. I'm just gonna sit right. I'm just gonna keep on cheering you on. I'm just gonna keep doing that and everything like that. Man, how no way you gonna be able to help her who you said you're gonna help it, and then you just gonna stay in the background most of the time. From where sometimes they're gonna need, man. Think about for one that we doing our president. There's a president and there's gonna be a vice president. So what happened? If the president is down and the president can't do anything, who got to run everything? The vice president. So it's gonna be sometimes somewhere that God's gonna want you to come from the background, from being the cheerleader and stuff from the background, from where you gonna have to be sitting right there on the front row with with that person that you rolling with and everything like that. So if something was to happen, man. Cool. What if that person that you're working with, what if that person has to go out of town and go take care of business? So everything is gonna be paused while that person's out of town taking care of business? No, you're gonna be right there. All right, cool, bet. While you gone, I'm gonna run this thing right here. I got you. It's taken care of. I got it. and everything. And then, you actually will have the people who's going to be right there, who'll see the vision. They're going to know what's going on. They're going to be like, you know what? Hey, you know what? Whatever that you need, I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to do my best. And look, and they're being honest when they say, look, I'm going to do my best. I like something that they say, man, I'm going to do my best. I do my best. So like that, all right, cool. Hey, it's either going to be a yes or a no. We can't be like in the middle. One moment you're going to be right there for me, and the next minute, no, I'm just going to be right there. I'm just going to let you fall. No, it's either you're in or you're out. And I mean, man, shoot, that's just like for where my wife right now, with all her teachers and everything out there for where she works at and everything. It's going to be like either you're in or you out. We can't be wishy-washy with these kids. Because they're going to notice from where, because the kids would notice if we don't even care. They would notice because how the way they're going to act with you. Because they don't know the button to push. Trust me, I used to be a kid. I used to be the one like, okay, if I push this button right here, are they going to be mad or they're going to be like, whatever. They're being real whenever you push that button and then all of a sudden they're like, why did you do that? And then they're ready to jump, and they're ready to get on you and everything. And then they're going to be like, okay, I know not to push that button. I know that she's going to care about what I do. Okay, don't push that button no more. I'm sorry. And then you're going to go try to walk away. But this is one of those moments right here from where it's like either you're in or you out. I'm talking to myself as well. Daryl, are you in or are you out? Because you're in, get ready for the hard work. Get ready for the press. Get ready for the push. Get ready for what everything's gonna come your way. That's gonna try to tear you or trying to turn you away from what you need to do. And then if you out, don't worry. There will be somebody who will be able to take the job if you want to be out. So ask yourself this question today. Are you in or are you out? On the things on what you do, my entrepreneurs, I'm talking to Team Tiz there as well and everything like that. Are you in or are you out? Even my people, man, let's go ahead and take this thing even more deeper. Even for the thing for if are you for Christ or are you for the world? Which one is it? Are you in or are you out? Just know whenever that you say, hey, I'm in and everything, it's going to be, some changes going to have to be made. You might have to look at some of the people that you're rolling with. Because some of them, and then if some of them can't accept the changes that you are making to be a greater you, snip, snip. I can cut that line off. Man, shoot, I'll treat you like a cell phone carrier. Look, I need to turn this line off. Well, why you want to turn the line off, Mr. Tiz and everything? Because it's no longer in service. It's no longer needed. And that's really going to be at that point in time from where if we really have to sit right there and we really going to have to look at some things and like, okay, like, all right, I'm in. And then look, don't get like no meter like, man, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in there. Man, if you in or well let that man shout that thing and say, yo, like, let's go get it. I had like an old friend that I have, and we have not talked in a while, and he actually messaged me today, and that's the reason why Motivated to Message was coming on like after 12. So he messaged me, and he was like, hey, what's going on? So like we talked and everything like that. And so, everything's going all right. Like this got a lot of stuff going on. Got the, it's just a lot. And so he was getting on me. he got on me because he was like, I haven't seen Motivated to the Max for a while, like your show Motivated to the Max, like what's going on and everything. And then so, I was telling him like I said I was going through some things, and then also like some like personal things, and also like technical things and everything like that. He said, okay, then cool. He said, so even like he even asked me the question. So you're like, are you fully in? Or are you gonna be like, are you fully out? Like, are you gonna pull away from all of this? Because how the way he wanted to talk to me, he was like, I'm not trying to tear you away from what God has called for you to do. He said, because I really want you to understand this thing from when I'm asking you this question is from where that, when you say that you're gonna like be fully in and everything, you got like, and how the way that he says it, like he was like one of my people that I rode with in school and everything like that. He will always say, he like, yo, you have to expect the unexpected. He said, so it's gonna be some times from whenever like, yes, we're gonna be all in. Yes, we're going for greatness and everything like that. But something always it's always you gotta expect the unexpected, because it's gonna be something that's gonna happen that's gonna try to tear you away, that's gonna try to pull you away to get out from doing the things for what God wants for you to do. And so I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that's true. And so he was like, and he was like, also he like, and and me and him, so I said, well, like I was dealing like, with some people that I used to roll with, and then it's like I don't even roll with them no more because like me and him, like we was talking and everything like that. And he said like, yo, like he said, let me tell you something. He was like, even the ones that has been like doing all the talking and everything like that. He was like, he said, and also he was like, I had to use some of this. I had to use some of that for my fuel. And I was like, use for your fuel. And he was like, yo, like that fire that I had to like, for me to keep on, for me to keep on going, for me to keep on pressing and everything like that. He said, now, don't get me wrong. He said, now it was a challenge for me to be like, you know what? Every negative thing that they said about, I'm just going to throw this in this fire right here. Cause I'm going to let that burn up. And that's going to help fuel me up to keep on going, to keep on staying on the task I need to be on, to maintain the task. So today, maintain your task. Don't let your fire get burnt out. And man, like you had like that right crew, you had that right team that would be like, oh man, and somebody would see from where your fire is like about to be like diminishing everything. But then guess what? You have some of them people who really supposed to rock with you and everything like that. Man, they'll start throwing some wood in that thing for you. Like, we gotta keep your fire going. No, you gotta keep going. No, you can't stop. You know what? Don't worry about it. We could get that situation fixed right there. Hey, there's nothing here that cannot, just like, don't say that it can't be fixed or it can't be done, because there's always a way for it to get fixed and get done. So don't think just because like something right here like doesn't happen and it's like, oh my God, like I'm never gonna be able to come back from this thing. Yo, where there's a will, there's a way. That's something from what I've always learned. There's a will, there's a way. But then you know what? I gotta take that one. I gotta take that up to a whole nother notch. Where there's a God, there's definitely a way. Where there's a God, there's a way. The only way that it will not be a way for the situation to get fixed, and it's something so simple from where like all of us, we would do this every time. We'll quit. Oh, there's no way this thing can get done. There's no way this thing can be taken care of and everything like that. So you know what? I'm just gonna give up. I'm just done. Oh well, like that. So now you don't block the way for this thing to get fixed. But if you believe there's a God, I want you gotta hear what I say. When you believe and when you trust in God, there's always a way. We have to be willing to trust and believe on what our Father tells us on what to do. I'm not saying that he gonna just turn everything around. It's gonna be like peachy gold and everything like that. No, I'm not saying that, because there's always gonna be a consequence for the choices that we make. There's always gonna be some type of consequences on the choices that we make. But we have to be at a point right now for where, okay, I made a mistake. First thing, like, own up for that. Own up that you made the mistake. And most of us do not want to do that to this day. Trust me, I have messed up several times, and every time I did not want to own up to the mistakes. But I had to learn that, look, yeah, I made that mistake. That was my fault. You know, I would say, like, man, that's my bad. And then, like, really own up to it. Because sometimes, like, man, like, my bad, or what like that. And then, like, definitely, like, when you second to you, like, my bad. And it's like, you almost like you really didn't care about it. No, if you genuinely, like, own up to the mistake that you make. Because you never know, for whenever that you own up to it, there may be somebody right there who will be able to help you to fix the mistake. But then we got to own up to it first. Trust me, you think I have made it just by, like, not owning up to the stuff and what I done messed up on? Oh, no. No. And this is like real talk right here. Own up to, like, hey, let's own up to it. And then number 2, forget, like, once you don't own up to it, you don't ask God to forgive you and everything like that. Forgive yourself. And I know sometimes people be like, well, and I mean, like, trust me, I done seen it, and I done been there for whenever I feel like I did not deserve to forgive myself, and I feel like times from where God should not forgive me and should not even take care of me anymore. I have been there several times, but then you know what? I had to get that pity party mode for where I say, you know what? Look, I messed up. All right, I messed up. It's already bad enough for when some of the people who want to, like, rub it in my face that I done messed up and everything. Look, I messed up. God, I need some help. But Father, forgive me. I messed up. And then you have to be at a point to forgive yourself. I know some people probably gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy right now. That's fine. I'm crazy anyway. My wife will tell you. She's on here. I'm crazy anyway. But yeah, like, there's always a way. There's always going to be a way for you. But are you willing to find a way? Are you willing to find the true way, the right way? Are you willing to find the right way? And I know, like, I talk about my wife a lot, but like, she really does inspire me. She's that type of person. She really does inspire me. And also my pastors, Pastor Omar and Pastor Bernie Rojas, and and Elder Janelle Strickland, and Minister Dominique and Minister Shakir. I mean, all of you guys, like, everybody, man, even, like, okay, the whole Mass Life family, they always inspire me. Because even though when you feel like nobody cares, this is me talking. From whenever that you feel like nobody cares, from whenever you feel like they should not waste their time on you, they always turn around and they make the time to help. They make the time to talk. But then I had to learn how to forgive myself, to be able to open up and to allow them walls to be teared down, to knowing that there's people out there that do love me even when I messed up. And and definitely, like, with my wife and everything, she'll be like, she always been in one that she said, well, hey, like, we could find a way to get this thing done. We just got to do it. And then sometimes I talk to her like that. But then from whenever that you actually start to forgive yourself, I don't even know who that's for right now. Like, yo, like for whoever watches this, even watching the replay and everything like that, yo, you have not messed up that big from where you cannot forgive yourself. I don't even know why I'm hearing that. I don't even know why I'm hearing that right now. Cause I feel like there's somebody who feel like that, man, they are messed up so bad from where they think that nobody will forgive them from what they have done messed up. Man, look, whoever it is that, yo, you messed up. Yeah, it's going to be some time for where it's going to take a moment for you to get back in the right, in that place where people can trust you and to deal with you again. But then, yo, for you to go through that process, you have to forgive yourself. Own up to it. I mean, cool. Hey, own up to it. Own up for the mistakes that you made. And then forgive yourself. That time will come from whenever that the people who don't want to rock with you at that time. It's gonna be a time from whenever that, hey, it may not be the same people, it may be different people. It'd be like, yo, like, I know you done messed up. I know you jacked up some things or well like that, but then, yo, I'm not here for that. I'm here for the new start. So you don't have to bring back for what you did back then. You don't have to bring that back up. Don't bring it back up. When they was like, hey, let's start off fresh. Let's not talk about this no more. 9 times out of 10, look, they done forgot about it. Like, look, I'm done. Like, why are we talking about this thing right here? I'm done. Like, you all right? you know what I'm saying? But then, like, yeah, just forgive yourself, and that's something big because sometimes that's somewhere at the place where some of us don't even be at that place sometimes for where that we feel like that we should be forgiven. And that's not true. I know some of the things from what I did and everything like that, man, I was forgiven. It was some stuff like, man, like I said, I could talk about me. It was some stuff, it was some stuff from where it was dealing like from where I was supposed to be in jail. I did stuff from where I was supposed to be in jail. And making something like mine was a federal. From where FBI and them could have came in. But then, I had a judge that gave me that was lenient on me. It's like, yo, I need you to do this, I need you to do this right here and everything like that. And then after that, you go on. I mean, you go on, and then she's like, I don't even want to see you back in here no more. And then, like, right before, like, all my stuff was done and everything like that, like, she was like me in the dream, and then, like, she actually came down from the bench. And she was like, Mr. Tisdale, like, I want to talk to you. Because, like, I was, like, the last case or like that for her, for her session. Everybody was ready to lunch. And she's like, Mr. Tisdale, I want to talk to you. And I was like, yes, ma'am, and everything like that. And then she was like, look. She was like, yeah, this was, like, a federal offense and everything like that. She said, but one thing I need for you. She said, one thing I need for you to learn. And this thing has stuck by me every time. She said, I need for you to forgive yourself. Because at the time from what some of the stuff and what was happening and everything like that, you were just at a place. You were just at a place of like you didn't know on what to do. You were trying to be, you were trying to like be there, you were trying to like be there for the people, and then like you're trying to do this and you're trying to do everything for what you're trying to do and everything like that. She said like, yo, forgive yourself, because you know what? We all make mistakes. She's like, even I make a mistake. She said, but you learn from it. She like, own up to it, learn from it, and forgive yourself. And then keep moving. She said, because then, like, when you done forgave yourself and then you're able to keep on moving, then there's some time for where you be able to actually see, like, is this person really for me as they say they are, or they just trying to set me up to do something, to do something that's going to help them out, but then it's going to put me in a bad position. I don't know who that's for today, but like, yo, it's okay. Forgive yourself. I mean, honestly, forgive yourself. And just like even on here, from Motivated to the Max, look, no judgment is going on up in here. I know everybody who don't watch this show done did something from where it was like one time, like, man, nobody's never going to forgive me for this. I bet to differ. I bet to differ. There has been, hey, everybody who done been on this live, who done watch the replay, man, we all done messed up somewhere. Yeah, you talk about that, nope, I was always perfect and everything like that. Guess what? You just messed up right there because you wasn't telling the truth. But yeah, that is it. One for Motivated to the Max. I pray and hope this was helpful as it was helpful for me and everything. And then yes, there is a new schedule. There is a new schedule. On Wednesdays is going to be the noonday, like around like 12 o'clock on Wednesdays. Mondays and Fridays is still going to be like that 9, or now unless you guys want me to do like 10 or 11 or like that 12 o'clock. I mean, I'm wide open, but until somebody say no, go, try to do this time and everything like that. I'm sticking Mondays and Fridays. I'm sticking those at 9, in the 9 o'clock slot. Wednesdays is 12 o'clock slot, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays it will not be a live, but it will be strictly from the podcast. Now, unless the Lord tell me say nope, go live with this one and have podcasts going on at the same time. But yeah, that's pretty much that's going to be about it. Excuse me. Y'all, excuse me. And then also as well, if you would like to be a supporter, a sponsorship, for Motivated to the Max, pretty much the whole team Tisdale. I'll be putting in the comments in a little while if my wife can do it, it's a link tree that we have for where you guys can go on there, see what Team Tisdale is all about, and then there's a little tab there for where it say like for support, support Saturday sponsorship. You click on that, and it's actually some packages from where that you can be a sponsor. Be a sponsor for Motivated to the Max, kicking it with Team Tisdale. The whole team Tisdale. You can pick your package, and then like it's definitely something. You might have like a big project, and then like you want to tell everybody about the big project that you got coming up. Hey, there's a package on there for whenever that you can be a support Saturday, and then we can actually bring you on to the show. And then, to one of the shows like Motivated to the Max, or, kicking it with Team Tisdale, from where you guys can come onto the show and you can talk about it. We can help get other people to come in and, to come in and join, support. And I mean, because this is what we're all about. We're here about motivate, and we're here about support as well. All right. So I definitely will be getting that in with you guys pretty soon. Y'all, excuse me. I'm trying. Look, Monday like my voice, and then it's trying to go out now. But glory be to God, we was able to come through this on today. But that is it. You know what? I was sitting right here doing what I was doing and everything. Man, I forgot to have this thing streaming up. But you know what? It's all good. It was like definitely you just wanted to be a support just for this. Hey, well, I just want to do just for Motivated to the Max. Don't worry, I got something for you guys as well, and it is going through right now. So you just want to be a support for just Motivated to the Max. There is the Cash App right there that you can hit it up on. It would go strictly to Motivated to the Max. And so like I just purchased some new stuff not too long ago. It should be in this week, from where it's going to try to help make the show a little bit better and everything. But then I'm still not done. There's still more to go. There's still more to do and everything. That's the same thing even for my wife. She's like, yo, there's still more to do. There's still more stuff for us to do and everything like that. And so we're going to keep this thing moving. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep on kicking it every step of the way. But that is it on today. I pray and hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And then once again, Motivated to the Max will be on podcast on tomorrow. And so you can catch that. It's definitely had away on what the title's saying right now, Motivated to the Max. So if you go on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, type in Motivated to the Max, or type in my name, Daryl Tisdale, and it will lead you to where you guys can come and be able to follow the podcast. All right, so you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you guys on tomorrow. Peace out from Motivated to the Max. Peace.